The reading last week killed me.
Yeah, did you know hear my bit about don't read the book?
Oh, no.
Yeah, don't read the book. The book is a very good book. Um, it is not an interesting book. It
Mhm.
is not a pleasant book to read. It's not you're picking up like, I don't know what your poison is when it comes to literature, but it's not The Hobbit. It's not
Yeah.
to read and enjoy. It's something that book should be used solely as a reference book.
Okay.
Like if you need to learn how to write a select query, um, you go to the back of the book. And actually, what they're doing with the on-prem class now, which is interesting, they created a AI engine that they use in place of the book.
Hmm.
So they go into the AI engine and say, "Hey, tell me about select queries," which you can do. I mean, there are a lot of colleges and teachers now that are like, "Don't touch AI. You will go to outer darkness if you use AI."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. Like, I think AI is a great tool to use, particularly if there's something you don't understand. So
Yeah.
as we get on later, like when we get to case statements, if you don't get it, go into whatever your poison of I use Copilot, whatever your poison of AI is, and say, hey, can you help me write this? And
Okay.
and what I started doing telling people last semester, and this worked out really well. Um, if you choose to do the final project, part of it is you've got to create a database and populate it with insert statements.
Yeah.
Um, the insert statements take a lot of time to write. But what I tested out last semester and what I had students do is once you design the database and you have the schema and it's ready to go, you can take the code that creates the schema and put it into an AI bot and say, look at this schema. Please write 10 insert statements for each of the tables,
Oh.
and it will spit them out for you. And I accept that as part of the grade because it is a time saving device.
Yeah, because you already like did the hard work. It's
Right.
just doing the typing for you.
And what I've with my company, my real company, I don't say my real company, but my day job with AI and what I've counseled other people on, AI is a very, very good tool to use, but you can't trust it
Mm.
because AI lies.
Yeah, it's true.
So you've got to go in and like whenever I write the queries, whenever I write the queries or the scripts for AI, I always add don't make stuff up and don't hallucinate. Because I was actually using it to help me do research for a talk I was giving, and I said, "Get me some quotes for this stuff," and it sent me a quote from President Nelson, which was an amazing quote. I'm like, I don't remember what it was. I've written down somewhere, but I'm like, that's a great quote, but he never said it.
Huh.
It was basically the AI engine took several things he said and combined it into one comment.
Right.
I'm like, wow, if he said that, that'd be fantastic, but he didn't say that. So I'm like, get me the actual quote. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so there are things in this class that are absolutely wasted. And but here's the thing: don't use it to answer the exercises
Yeah.
because
No.
the exercises they will get the AI engine will get things wrong, and then you'll get marked down on it. So
Right.
and I've actually with the weekly papers with the possum thing, I wrote the prompts for those courses that if you use AI, I can tell. And
Huh.
it's not through an AI checker. I just hid stuff in it that when I read your result, if I see certain keynote keywords and phrases, I know it was run through AI.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a sneaky monkey sometimes.
No,
Uh,
that's good.
but I think it's a great tool. I think it should be used to the full extent. I think we can use it as to write insert statements because that's easy enough. It's to double check our code. If you're not sure if the code works, put it in there. Say, does this work? It can troubleshoot code for you. Uh,
Yeah, I've been doing that for my Python course.
yeah.
Like when I'm getting to a point where I'm like, wait a second, I forgot this bit. How do I get there? Like instead of just telling it to do the assignment for me, I just get it to help me out, like
Yep.
remember things and teach me.
And I still use it for I absolutely use it for writing emails.
Really.
'Cause if I'm angry at someone, I've got to write an email to them. I write what I want to say, and I'm like, don't make me sound so mean. Anyway,
Fair enough.
welcome to week two. I hope everyone had a good week one. I haven't graded anything yet. That is for tomorrow. I do my grading on Wednesdays to give everyone time to get stuff in because I hate going back looking for late work.
Wow.
Um, I guess I think until last week I accept late work till week 10, because something always happens to some. I have not had a course yet where someone hasn't had a child, someone hasn't lost a parent, someone hasn't gotten COVID. I think my second semester, I had a student who's Nicaragua who emailed me said, "Hey, I'm hiding under a table because they're currently invading my village." I'm like, dude, get off your computer, turn off the lamp, and be safe, and get your stuff to me when you can.
Yeah.
Um,
Dang.
yeah, I know it's right. When you have worldwide class, you run into a whole bunch of different scenarios. So, but I do take late work to week 10, but I do ask that if you're going to be late or specific, like, but badly late, to let me know so I can expect it.
Right.
So we're in week two. Um, week two is the let's talk about the basics on how to write queries week. And in our preparation and reading, you'll see we're using the from clause, the where clause, the group by. We're not going to talk about group by here because group by is required for joins, and we don't talk about joins yet, but everything else we'll talk about today. Um, I like talking about joins on their own. So that's on week four.
Was detected at your front door.
So that's what we're looking. We're going to talk about relational databases. We'll look at an ERD today and all sorts of other things. We have our exercises. These are now going to be these are going to be start requiring you to write some code. So be prepared for that. You only get one shot at this because it's just easier for us to do it that way. If you do get questions wrong and you get marked down, you are always welcome to rewrite it and resubmit through email to us.
Okay. So
And
this one says there's two attempts on
oh,
it. Is
there's
that
that's what I
different?
said. Oh, they changed it. Oh, they finally changed it. Okay, so then you get two attempts. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, two attempts. So, yeah. Oh, they changed it. I've been asking for decades to change it, and they finally changed it. So you get two attempts. Um,
Sweet.
but after that, if you do something wrong, then and we had for a long time only done one attempt on these because they are open book, open everything. So that's why it says you have up to three attempts to complete it. That's funny. These don't match. But you really should need more than one attempt because this is like everything's at your disposal to do these write these queries.
Right.
But if you do get
And
one wrong, we let you correct them.
okay. And real quick, the reading assignment, the one before this,
Mm-hmm.
you said because it says on there, right? It says to read,
Chapter three. No,
chapter three.
just you'll notice whenever it says read chapter three, there are slides that go with it.
Okay.
Look at the slides.
Yeah, I with
Yeah,
the first two, I read the chapters and then looked at the slides. It's just kind of like a
yeah,
recap.
yeah. Don't
That's
read.
why all my stuff came in on Sunday night because I was reading through both chapters.
That's what. Yeah, the book is not meant to be. I don't. I'm sure one day I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but it hasn't yet. But the book is not meant to be read. I've been in this field for about 22 years now. I've been doing
Yeah.
IT for 20. I've never sat down and read a tech book from cover to cover
Dang.
because they're just not meant to be done that way.
No, you learn a lot of stuff by doing it anyway. So
Right, and hands-on is much better. And if you and what I've always done is, when I've written code and I couldn't figure it out, I've gone to the book, looked up the part, seen what I needed to do, and done it. Even today, I mean, I haven't. If it weren't for this class, I wouldn't be writing code because my day job doesn't require me to write code anymore. I troubleshoot, I look at stuff, but I'm not a code engineer anymore.
right.
But when I was writing code, I'd have a dozen books on my desk, and I'd pull one down and just because I was, when you're writing PowerShell, when you're writing JavaScript, when you're writing T SQL and C Sharp and whatever, it gets a little confused. So
Yeah.
just if you do the PowerPoint slides and just use the book as a reference, you're spot on to where you need to be.
Good. It saves a lot of time.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I would not. I mean, if you're into reading that book, man, knock yourself out. Never,
No.
I never knocked someone from reading a book, but there are so many other books that I want to read. Uh, Coding books are not them. So we did the exercises. You got the quiz. Um, you get 3 attempts on the quiz. Again, open book, open everything. And then the week 2 assignment for possum pets is to do a lot of drop and adds on the tables. So you got to drop the service column from the appointments table, drop the breed and species column from the pets table, create a new table called services, create a many-to-many relationship between services and appointments, create a new table called breeds, and we're going to go over how to do that tonight. Create a one-to-many relationship between pets and breeds, and populate all the tables with 4 rows of realistic data. The only difference between this assignment and all the 12 other assignments you're going to do in this class is this one requires you to do a video.
Like
Once all the
take a
changes,
video of yourself?
yep. I went over this a little last week. So the reason we do that is no
Oh
one
yeah.
likes Proctorio. Uh, and we got the approval to, instead of, the purpose of Proctorio is to prove that you're doing this stuff yourself. And there was only ever one quiz that we did in Proctorio. It was week 6. The week 6 quiz was required for Proctorio, and it was always a nightmare for people to do. So instead of that, what we ask you to do is do a video of you talking about the changes to the table in week 2. That satisfies the requirement to see that you guys on video, that it's actually you doing the stuff, and we don't have to use Proctorio. So everyone wins in that.
Fair enough.
Yep. So yeah, so you just make the changes, bring up the ERD, and talk about it and say what you did, as opposed to write about it. All right, so let's talk real quickly here about ERDs. Let me open up a ERD here. Not that one. Uh, where's my quiz? Nope, not videos. I want. Also has MySQL examples. There we are. Let's look at the Pokemon one because that's just easier. I think that one actually works. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so um here. I've got 3 tables. So this is what an ERD looks like. An ERD stands for Entity Relationship Diagram. It just shows the actually let me change this. I don't like this. Nope, don't do that. Give me my NASA one. My NASA one's more fun. All right. Okay. So this one's more
Hmm.
fun. So I did this. So I think I said every semester I pick a topic and I build a website, a database based on that topic. This year we did NASA missions. And I like the way this is a very simple one to look at. Mhm. So this is an ERD. It's a what all it is. It's the tables in graphic format and their connections.
I like that.
And this is so. And when you design a database, when you design a database for the final exam for the final project, whatever you do it, you just do it in here because you click this button over here, and it creates a table, and then you double click on the table, and you get this thing. You just start filling it out.
So why are we doing the coding then?
Because here's the thing, you're not coding. So that's the thing. You're not writing the code for the table, because here's what happens. Um, once you get this done, once you get this done, right, and you've created the ERD,
Mhm.
if you go up here to database and you go to forward engineer and click that button, it asks you a couple questions. What's the instance of your SQL server? All this, just leave that. Don't touch that. Go to next. We want to generate tables, objects, and code. We're going to generate all the code. We don't want to leave anything out. Click next. Export everything. If you've got views, whatever, they're export it all. Click next. And then there's your code. So you don't have to write the code to generate your database. You have to design it
Right.
graphically. And then this is the code.
Right.
And the reason why we do this is because if you need to, so one of the reasons why I important to generate the code is if I'm going to give this to someone else to use, it's easier for me to send this in code format with whatever inserts I need to give them than it is to try to send them a backup of the database.
Yeah. Okay.
Because when you send backups of databases, there's a couple of things in play. Number one, if I'm running MySQL and you're running Oracle, and I send you a MySQL backup, it's not going to work. You can't convert the two. If I'm running Microsoft SQL Server 2025 and you're running Microsoft SQL Server 2016, my backup doesn't mean anything to you. You can't use it until you upgrade. So it's easier just to send this, and then they can run the code, and it's easier. It's also much easier to send. When we first started doing this, when I first started teaching this class, we were using Oracle as the database engine, and they would have us download a virtual machine, which was 230 gigabytes. It was comically large. So you can imagine
Dang.
who aren't in the United States or anywhere with like consistent internet trying to download that.
That's crazy.
So, and what I ended up doing is I ended up scripting all the code. So once they installed Oracle, I sent them everything they needed to install the database. So this is just an easier way to do it. So, should you do the final project, you design everything here, and then you send it on its way to me
Okay.
on code. But anyway, so when you look at here, so you got these tables, you got spacecraft, destination, and everything's connected. You can see how the data flows. And when you highlight the table, you can see this data flows into here,
Oh,
this data flows into
yeah.
here, all this great stuff here, right? So what the greens are, when you see a green connection, that's a one to many. Okay. So there are three. Let me pull this up. Give me a notepad here. Notepad. Give me a notepad. Okay. So there's three kinds of table joins. There's a one-to-one, there's a one-to-many, and there's many-to-many. Okay. So when you have a one-to-one relationship, that means one entry in one table will only ever match to one entry in the other table. So that is the purest form of match, and that's also the one that doesn't ever exist very well because there's almost always going to be the one to many. One here. So like for here, one mission uses one spacecraft, but I have it going this way, right? Because one spacecraft may be used on many different missions. So this is one to many.
Oh, wait. Okay, the connections are different.
Yeah,
So from the spacecraft's destination and location launch, those are all one
yeah,
to
many.
many missions.
Yeah. So that's one to many, one to many. So one destination may be gone by many missions, and one location for launches will have many missions will launch from there, right?
Right.
But so this one here is going to be a one to one. This is one to many here because here's one, here's many. So one class of rocket will be attached to many different spacecrafts.
Hmm.
One astronaut will go on many missions.
Right.
So here we get so these are all one to many. And the way you make these, let me delete this one here. If you go here or to the side, I need this to go away, please. So you
There's
have,
an X there.
where I don't see the X.
Says table
There,
one, table X. There we go.
there we are. Thank you. Um, so here I deleted this one to many. So over here I've got this is a one to one relationship. This is a one to many. I forget what the dotted lines mean. I think they're the same thing as far as we're doing. I haven't seen any, I looked it up once, but it never stuck as to what they were. So we've got one to one, we've got one to many, and then we've got many to many. This is many to many. Okay. So I want this to be one to many. I want this to be the one and this to be the many. So I choose my one to many. I choose my one. I go to my many, and then it does it backwards. If I one to many, I choose my, and then I go my one to many.
Okay.
Okay, and it automatically adds the column I need to the recipient table. Because what happens with the one to many, this becomes a foreign key.
Yeah.
And what a foreign key is, this ID column up in here,
Yep.
which means I can't add anything to this column that's not in this table.
Yes.
Okay. So I just made a one to
Yeah.
many. I didn't have to think about it. This one's a many to many because one astronaut goes on many missions, and one mission will have many astronauts. So I get rid of this here. Okay. So I cannot directly connect these two because
Okay.
what ends up happening is, and this is rookie mistake number 101 when you're dealing with databases. You have your missions table here, right? And you say, well, okay, astronauts go on missions. And they'll do an astronaut one column, an astronaut two column, an astronaut three column, an astronaut
Hmm.
four. The problem is, where do you stop?
Yeah.
Over here in astronauts, mission one, mission two, mission three, mission four. Where do you stop, right? So that becomes the problem. So what we do is we create a many to many table. So I just go here, choose my many to many, boom, boom, and it creates this table in the middle.
Oh, see, so that's why I was confused because they were both like one to many or something.
Yeah. So these are one to many. So one mission has many astronauts, and one astronaut has
Yeah.
many missions. So here in this table, and we're going to go more into this detail instead. This is kind of the curse review on this.
Hmm.
It has a mission ID and an astronaut ID. And you'll notice here, each of these has a gold key. That means it's the primary key. This is
Right.
the key that defines the table. But here, there's two red keys. So
Okay.
what that means is these columns combined together are the primary key.
Well,
You can have up to, depending on the system you're using, up to 5 columns be the primary key. And basically, when you're looking at a primary key, there's two things about a primary key that are required. One is it can never be blank, and two is it can never repeat, because that is a unique identifier. So here,
yeah.
when you're looking at this, the combination of the two of these can never repeat. So astronaut one, astronaut one, mission two, that's cool. But I can't do a 1-1 on it again.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're, and then here's the other thing. So you can do this as well, just so you know, when you're doing the stuff for Possum and you can, and this is completely justified to do. Save. So I've got Possum Pets over here, right? I go over here to
Hmm.
Possum Pets and I right click it, have create schema. Oh, that's what I want to do. Cancel. I want to. Where is? I want to forward engineer. I want to reverse engineer this. I can remember how to reverse. Oh, here it is. So I go here to Awesome Pets. I go up here to database. I go to reverse engineer. Go through the same thing. Next, give me all the stuff. It connects to the RMDB, creates the list. Click next. I want Possum Pets. Click next. Click next. Execute. Next. Finish. And there you go. There's Possum Pets.
Huh.
So for your exercise 2, you can go here and do all the stuff. So I think one of them was delete the breed column. So I go here and I double click this and I go here and I delete breed.
So we don't have to do the coding
Nope.
bit.
Nope.
Dude, that's
And
awesome.
so here's the thing. So here's the fun thing. Y'all here watching the video, anyone who's at home watching the video tomorrow on Wednesday won't do this. Other people will be writing the code to do this because they won't know the super secrets. So, and then if you need to add a column or add a table, you just do it here. And you can just do it here.
Yeah, you add a table.
Mhm.
Wait, how do you add a column in a table? Did you double click it
So,
again?
here,
And
so you
then
don't
is there?
go down here, hit the table of name. I think you had a payments. It wasn't a payments table. Which one was it? Let's look. Let's see what we were supposed to do here. Table called services, and we'll
Right.
list all available services and their descriptions. So let's go back over to here, and we'll create this table called services, and then we add a column called service ID,
Well,
service,
there you go.
and then service description.
And you're supposed to use underscores as spaces for everything, right?
Yeah, you can't. So you do. So SQL, T-SQL doesn't like spaces. It loses its mind. So we
Yeah,
underscore everything.
perfect.
We'll talk naming conventions a different time, but yeah.
Service description.
And then I forget what it wanted us to do here. See, use the menu manager join between services and appointments. So go back over to here. Appointments is down here. And then I want to do this.
Many to many, and then you click off. Okay.
And there you go.
That's it?
Yep. And that part of the time is done. So now to bring
Dang.
this back over, because if we go back over to our instance over here and I refresh this,
You now have a services table.
we don't.
Oh, wait.
It
What?
doesn't go back. What you have to do is, um,
Doesn't go back.
no, you'll have to. What you have to do is you have to script out the changes. So you'll still have to. So what you can do, which is kind of a cheat, and I recommend doing this, is you have the code from last week where you populated the database. So just
Yeah.
so just get the code with the insert statements, right? And you'll have to write the insert statements here, or use the trick I talked about earlier, and drop and recreate the database. Or you can just write
Hmm.
the code. I'm gonna talk to how to write. We're gonna talk a minute about how to alter the code that way too, because I want you guys to know how to do it. So you can either do it this way and drop and recreate the database and reinsert all the data, or I'll show you how to write the code. Because right when you're doing the code for this, it's not that difficult. So what you can do here,
So, okay, wait. So, like you showed earlier, you basically created that database
hmm?
and you created the table for services. But earlier you showed like once you saved it, you went in and like found the code for it, right?
So what I just did is like I have this here, right? So I've got the
Yeah.
services table I just added. If you right click it and write copy SQL to clipboard, it
And you
just
can go paste it,
yeah, and you can paste. I pasted it over here. That's just the code. Now you got
and
to
then you
change.
just run that, and then it just creates the table.
Well, you had yeah. So you can't run it into MyDB. You got to change that to Possum Pets,
Right, yeah.
or just change this to Possum Pets. But yeah, so you can do that, and then you can do the same thing over here. You should be able to click this, and then right click, um, and then copy that, and that should do it over here as well if memory serves correctly. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do it. So you'll probably have to do the code of this here manually, which isn't that big of a deal.
Can you right click on the middle bit, the middle table, appointments as service?
Let's see.
Because isn't that technically
Oh, maybe it does that. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Yeah, see, it didn't. It didn't give you it just gives you the primary. It doesn't give the foreign keys, so you're gonna
yeah,
generate the foreign keys. But that's, I mean, you
that's
can
not too
generate the
hard.
entire code, but it's not that difficult. But it's good to. The thing is, you have to understand how to write the code because if you've got a database that's around for 13 years, you can't just drop and recreate it. So
Right.
anyway, so that's the so you can do all the stuff here, but you can cheat and get the code. Okay, so let's go back over here. I'm all about it's not even cheating, it's just making life easy. Okay, so let's look at Possum Pets here for a minute. Here's another thing you can do to make your life easier. You can drag and drop them over there.
Oh, all right.
So the what you had to do is in pets you had to delete breed, right? So if I go over here and right click this, and I can just hit the delete key. Should just let me
Oh,
here. It's dropped. So you do alter table, alter table, pets, drop column, breed.
um,
That should be it. Oh, there we are. There we are. And so drop the column. So I go here.
oh, it did work. Wait.
Well, what happened is look at the error. Sikilla Pets doesn't exist. I was in the wrong
Oh,
database. So I had to change it to Possum Pets, and now
oh, you had to execute the use possum pet
Mhm.
code
Yep.
so that you was in it. Okay, yeah,
Yeah. And the error codes here will almost always tell you what's wrong.
yeah.
Unknown
Wait,
table
so why is there X still in front of alter table pets then?
because there's no
Oh, oh,
I didn't put a semicolon after the thing.
fair enough. So if you just selected the two ones there,
Yeah.
okay, that
So
makes sense.
when you select when you select things, it only runs what you selected.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you can do all that through this. Write the code. It's pretty easy to do. Um, and like I said, if there's anything you don't understand how to do, just ask the AI engine how to do it. So let's go back over to here. So I wanted to, so here, let's talk about some of the fundamentals on altering tables and stuff like that. So um, this is my create table statement. It's create table, give the table a name. There is a unwritten rule that tables should never be pluralized, although I didn't do that here with Possum Pets because I wasn't paying attention. Um,
They're like all pluralized.
yeah, yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like fixing it, so it's just fine. But there is a rule that you shouldn't pluralize, and that's just it's it is what it is. People don't like it pluralizing because it's the pet table because we're talking about a pet. It's not the pets table, but that's whatever. So creating a table, you create the table, you give it a name, you give it the name of the column, the data type, whether or not it's the primary key, and in the first column you've got something called auto increment. This clause ensures that
Keeps going up by one. Doesn't ever
it'll
repeat.
add it by one. Yep, it'll
Yeah.
you won't have to do the ID key.
Right. And then in the one before that, that's just the integer, right?
Hmm.
Just making a number.
I
Okay.
give it well. I there somewhere around week 4 or 5, I give a whole sermon on data types, um, because they're choosing data types is incredibly important and how you choose
Okay.
it. We'll go into that. That's a good 35-minute 40 conversation, 45-minute conversation. So don't have time for that tonight.
Fair enough.
And then you got the name, the column name, the data type, the column name, the data type, and this text is a blob data type that just lets you put an unlimited amount of data into it. We'll talk more
Wait,
about.
so say it again?
So you've got varchar 45,
Yeah.
right? So varchar
Limits your
45
characters.
is limited to characters. So you can only put 45 characters into there.
Yeah. But
Text
text is just
is a
open.
blob. It's referred to as a blob.
Right.
There's no limit to how much data can go in there.
Okay.
That's good and bad, and we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
So that's your create table statement. You want to get rid of it, you do drop table, and I showed you how to alter a table, and those are your DDL commands. Your insert statement is simple insert into favorite actors and then the values. Um, I always recommend that you define the columns you're going to insert into in this. Because if I took out notice it's just first name, last name, and then notes, right? If I run
Hmm.
this, um, it's going to error. It should error. So column count doesn't match the value count at row one. So I'm just saying insert into favorite actor, and it's going, okay, there's 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. What give me my 4 values? 1, 2, 3.
Uh,
Even though this is auto increment, right? Um, SQL isn't smart enough. It thinks this is supposed to go into column 1.
Right.
So what you do here is instead you just make sure that you put the values here. And
Oh, you're saying which ones you're doing?
yeah. And I always recommend to write code this way. It's a little more time consuming to do it this way. But the thing is, if you do it this way, um, anyone who comes after you will understand the code better.
Yeah.
And if the people in front of you do it, you'll understand the code better. So this will now when I run this, it'll run fine. And I didn't have this is primary key, which means it can't be null. But because this is auto increment, it auto incremented for me.
Right.
And if I wanted to start at a specific number, I choose the number that it starts at, and then it will go on from there. So that's a simple insert statement. Update statement. 101's probably not going to work. Let's take a quick look at the favorite actors table. Running that, we've got 1, 2, and 3. So here I've got an update statement. I'm updating favorite actor. I'm setting notes to Academy Award winner beloved actor, where actor ID equals 1.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run that. And then if I were to run the select, it changed
And
it.
change it.
Mhm.
Perfect.
So update, it's also referred to as an upsert because you're reinserting the data. But that's the simple vanilla version of update. And delete deletes actor number 3. And that's all it's going to do. And run that. So these are these are called CRUD statements. Because they're create, read, update, and delete. So I don't know why insert's not in there, but that's what CRUD means. And if you've seen them at CRUD statements, that's what it's talking about, these guys.
Okay.
All right. So moving on from there, let's move to the Sakilla database because that's where all my other select queries are from. So we're just going to talk about the anatomy of a select query. Any questions on the stuff I've covered to this point?
I don't think so.
Right. All right. So a select statement is incredibly simple. It's select what you want selected, what you want, telling you where it's from, and then the table you're looking for. So here I'm looking, and asterisk means everything. So select
Okay.
everything from actor. And it gives me everything from actor. Doesn't get easier than that, right? Next. Here, select from actor, still the same, but now I'm telling it specifically what columns I want. Select first name, last name. Run it. That's all.
So it doesn't give you the number.
Nope, because I didn't want it. And it's in whatever you want. I can do last name, first name. Because I'm in
Right.
control and I can do last name if I'm really, not thinking clearly. Right?
Huh.
It'll do whatever you ask it to. Last name, first name. Okay. So what I want you to do, what I want you to show me, where you want it, what I'm asking you to get it from here. So I'm gonna add a new clause, I'm gonna add a where clause now. So I guess select star from actor, which we've done already. And then here, where first name equals John.
So you're gonna take everything about John.
Anyone who's named John is gonna show up.
Perfect.
Um,
You can do it with the last name as well.
Yep, you can do it with any column, whatever column you put there. And it is not case sensitive. At least it should not be case sensitive. Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't have to be all caps. Yeah. So select what I want, where I want it from, and what I want you to limit it to. Only show me where first name is John. Now, with the where clause, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. So I have where name equals John. I can do where name doesn't equal John.
So everyone but John.
Mm-hmm. I can do where first name in John, and let's do, I don't know if there's any Peters, but we'll do Peter.
In
So in,
include.
so sort of, so I'm
Hmm.
making a little array here,
Okay.
a little array of two names, right? When I do equal, it has to be exactly what I asked it to be. First name equals,
Oh, yeah.
saying, show me where first name is in this little array. So show me where it's John or Peter. I could do where first name equals John or first name equals Peter, but this
Okay.
time. So this
Would
runs.
that, yeah. Um, but it's still like it has to be John or Robert.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that. So I can but I can add other names here like John, Robert, Dave, David. You know, whatever I want. I can add as many as I want in there.
Would
And
there be one that like say like if there was a guy named Robert, could you do one where you put like Rob and it would still pull up Robert because
that
it's
gets
part
tricky.
of
That you can do that. That's a complicated query because you can just look for the first three letters of the name. But the problem with
right?
that is David isn't shorted to Dav.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what you could do is that's so here's an interesting. So let's jump onto here. Select from actors where a name like S. So this
Yeah.
show
So
me
like where it has something like that in it.
yeah. So show me all where the last names start with S,
Right. Okay.
right? You can do where last name, first name, like Cam, and
Like
that
what?
Cameron because they got Camerons.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Cam
Perfect.
is a nickname for Cameron. So you can do that.
So
Right?
if you put DAV in that one, would it pull up David?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So here, do David, do that. If there
If
were
he's there.
David.
If he was in there.
Right. So here's the thing though. So we've got just where last name like D. So it shows
That's
me
a
my,
percentage
my
sign next to it.
so that's a percent sign. So
Okay.
percent sign is a wild card.
Hmm.
So what this statement says is get me everything from actor where the first name starts with the letter D. Because it's D and then the percent sign says
And
I
then
don't care what comes
anything
after.
else.
So what I can do is I can do this. Show me every first name
Oh,
that ends with D. And there's none.
right.
Like the last name. Not that one's gonna be there. Every last name that ends in D. There's not one. Let's try T. I'd like to get results. Oh, that's because the semicolon's there. That's why. Okay. There we go. So now here's everything that ends in a T.
Hmm.
I can also do this. Show me everything with a T in it.
Ah, there we go.
So all the T's are there, right?
Yeah.
I can also do this because, I can say, show me everything that starts with a T, has a second letter, has an R, and I don't care what's after it.
So R is the third letter.
Yep.
Hmm.
So this is just different ways to really get granular with what you're looking for. Um, so just understand that percent is a wild card that says I don't care what
Yeah.
follows it. Whatever follows it, follows it. Underscore says is between a couple letters saying, hey, I want it starts with a T and it ends and there's another letter and then there's an R. And I can do multiple underscores if I wanted to, not just one. You following?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Next. Another where clause. Selecting from actor, where first name equals John and last name equals Doe. So with the and operator, both have to be true.
Yeah.
So if I run this, there's no one there. If I change it to or, then there's a John. There's just not a Doe.
Right.
So if I use and, both have to be true. If I use
Yeah.
or, one has to be true. And yes, you can go on and on with those, but that's where this comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's like if there's multiple Johns and you want to get just the one guy, you get the first and last name.
right,
Or you could just get the primary key
right. But see, the funny thing is the
or
primary
the
key
ID.
is generally one you don't search by. If you're a customer searching a database, you're not gonna say show me customer ID 13. It's like
Oh yeah.
show me
Yeah.
the customer table where like Bob Williams is, you know?
Yeah.
So okay, so here we go. Now we've done our where clauses, so we've got select from actor, and we're asking for criteria to determine what to return. And now the last one we're going to do is we're going to order it, make an order by. So I'm going to select from actor, and I'm going to order it ascending by last name. And there we are. Ascending
Wonderful.
is the default order. So if I did it without that, it would still sort A to Z by
Right.
last.
Okay.
If I want it backwards, I can do that. And it
Right.
does Z to A.
DESC.
Does
Isn't
that
that also described in like
no,
if you're doing a different thing?
no. In T SQL, DESC is descending. DESCRIBE or description is spelled out. Oh, I should have pointed out. So you
Oh
notice how some of these words are blue
yeah.
or red. So blue means it's a SQL command. Red means it's text, and black means it's the name of a column or table.
Yeah.
Um, somewhere you can change the colors, but don't do that because
Okay.
it's easy. Anyway, so we got here. So select from actor, order by last name, descending, right? What I can also do is I can say, comma, first name, ascending.
Oh.
So then, as you would guess, here's all my Z's, but they're alphabetical. Here's all my double U's, but
Oh.
all my all my first names are
Wait, what? No?
that's not right. Oh, because it's doing them alphabetically. So these are all Zellwegers, but this is the two Woods are alphabetical. The
Oh,
two,
Okay.
so yeah.
But
Um,
they're ascending?
so
Oh yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
so
Yeah.
the last names are descending, and the
Yeah.
first names are ascending.
If they have the same last name.
Right,
Yeah.
they got the same last name. Correct. Yep.
Yep. Makes
Then we've
sense.
got here, um, order from last name, order by actor ID descending, but there's a command called limit five, and you can guess what that's going to do. Just give me the top five.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this one. I'm not going to talk about this one here because that's a command no one uses. Um, this is the first one we've talked about with a concatenation. Oh, no, sorry, with an aggregation. Let's do one with a concatenation too. I'll do that one in a second. So here we've got first name. Then I've got this command called count as name count from actor. And I've got this thing called group by. So whenever we have an aggregate function, which is what this is, and there's like a dozen of them, basically what's happening is this becomes a mathematical function. And this isn't a mathematical function. So we need to tell the select query that there's a mathematical function in here and that this is the column that's not in the math. So what's going to happen here in the select query, it's going to show me all the first names and how many times they show up.
Okay.
So if I run this, there are 4 Penelopes and 4 Julias and 4 Kenneths and 3 Nicks and 3 Eds and 3 Matthews.
Hmm.
Did I not run this order by? Order by name
As
count descending. It's ordered by the name count descending. So
first
that's
name.
what this is happening.
Yeah.
If I ran this without the group by, it errors.
Because
Or without a group by, you don't like.
yeah, it doesn't know what to group.
Yep, exactly, exactly. So this way you're telling. So whenever you write an aggregate function, you always have to whatever column is not in the aggregate function has to be in the group by statement. And the last one we'll do, I forgot to add to this one. So select and cat. Is it concat? Let's do it this way. So I'm gonna do last name, comma, quote, last name plus. You can tell it's been a hot minute since I've written these things because I up until the semester I had all this code pre-written. I didn't forgot to do it today. What am I thinking? What's the command I'm thinking of? Is it concat? I'm gonna do this next on your last name. What's that? There. All right. So I run that. And now what it's done is it's taken so an aggregation is a math function, a concatenation is a text function. So here I said, show me the last name and the first name separated by a comma and space, but show it to me in one column.
Oh,
So I did that here, but notice what the name of that column is.
yeah.
What I can do is I go
Interesting.
here at as
And then name it
full name,
something.
run that as full name, and then run that's what it says up there, full name.
Seems easy enough.
Again, SQL queries aren't super difficult. They can be, but generally they're not. The one last thing I'm going to show you here is let's go back over to this one here. So select from actor where last name like T, and I'm going to order by actor ID. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do show me first name, be my concatenation here.
Full name?
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
give me this here. And go back up here. I'm going to put my order button. Yeah, here. So I've got select concatenation last name, full name as first name, from actor, order by last name. Actually, I want to actually order by actor ID. Okay. So I run this, and it works. So the point to this is the order by column doesn't have to be in the select statement. I don't know why you would do
Right.
that, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Okay. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with in the last 3 minutes is some back-end information. So when you look at this query, select concat last name, first name from as full from actor, order by actor ID. When you execute this statement, it gets converted by the SQL engine into machine code and run. And the machine code does not look like or act like the code that we've written here. So my question is, of these three commands, which do you think is the first one that runs?
Uh, Probably from actor.
From actor. So what happens
Yeah.
is I forgot the where clause. I want to put a where clause in here too. Because I gotta add that there. Oh, there it is. Let's put the where clause here just because I want to make this point.
It's up higher.
There we are.
There we go.
Correct. Okay. So the first thing that happens is from actor because data in a database is stored on the hard disk, and stuff that's stored on the hard disk can't be touched. It's like in a box and you can't touch it. Right? It's like if you've ever collected comic books. If the comic book is in the bag, you can't read it. You got to take it out of the bag to read
Yeah.
it. So think of the comic book being on the hard drive.
Okay.
Only way to read the data is to bring it into RAM. And,
Right.
and we're going to have a conversation in the coming weeks about sizes of table and why it's important to control the size of your table. Because the first thing this does, it takes that entire table from the hard drive and puts it into RAM. So it's live and you
Right.
can do something. The comic book's out of the bag, so you
Right.
can read it. The next one that runs is the where,
Mm-hmm.
because it wants to eliminate everything that doesn't need to be there. So here
Yeah.
you get 500,000 rows, and then it drops it down to 12 because that's the only one that matches this.
Yeah.
I remember that. Then the next thing that happens is actually order by,
Order by. Yeah.
and then
Makes
the final thing
sense.
that happens is the select because it's just dropping off the table at the column side.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how that works.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, and it's not anything that you need to know, but it's important. The reason it's important to know that is because of this. Because whenever you're writing queries against tables, those queries get pulled into live memory. And if you've got a table that is 100 gigabytes and you've got 6 gigs of RAM on your computer, that's not going to work so good. So that's why, my database servers at my day job have each have a petabyte of memory in it.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Yep. Because terabytes don't matter anymore.
Uh, well, there you go.
So here ends the reading for tonight.
Awesome.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah. What is your background?
Oh, my background. So I
Didn't
started my
recognize it.
I started my career as a drama teacher. My master's degree is in acting. Um, and I taught drama. I performed professionally for 2 years, taught drama for 8 years, wanted to get a job that made money, and I got into IT. So that's how I got where I am. But other than that, I'm very much into comic books and sci-fi fantasy, and I owned a comic book store for 10 years. I'm currently rereading the all of the Brandon Sanderson novels because I've already read them once and I'm reading them again. That's what this in the back is. So yeah, I'm
Nice.
I'm 100% a nerd, but I love football. So
Football. Nice.
yeah, that's my background.
There you go. Dude, that's awesome.
I'm very eclectic in what I do. So
Love it. Well, it's good to know. Thanks for thanks for helping me out.
oh, my pleasure. If you have
Even
any,
though I'm the only one who comes.
you know what ends up happening is there's usually one or two people that show up and it becomes like a one-on-one tutoring session, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, I like it.
Because it's that or I sit here and talk to myself for an hour and do this stuff, which I can do because I talk to myself very well. But it's more fun when I got someone, particularly with someone like you who's asking questions as we go along.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So there will be Tuesdays where we don't meet because something will come up inevitably, and we got Halloween this semester, so you
Oh,
never
yeah.
know. Yeah, and I don't think Thanksgiving week will have. So we have these video chats. I record them until week 9, and I post them. After week 9, I don't record them anymore because week not 10, 11, and 12 are generally just working on final projects.
Right.
Um, all the code that you need to know how to do will have gone over by week 9. And,
Sweet.
and after that is just projects. So this week was just code. Next week will be code and probably next week will be code and then talking about data types.
Okay.
Week after that will be code and designing databases. And we're going to start designing databases every week. We'll design a database or build onto a database and going on from there. But
Okay.
whatever questions you have.
Yeah. Well, I think my biggest takeaway from tonight's one is that I don't have to read the textbook.
No, you don't. You don't. You just use it as a reference. If you do the slideshows and all the other stuff, you'll get all the information on that. But I don't recommend anyone. I mean, like I said, if you're into it, knock yourself out. I'm not going to stop you. But most of us can't read that book and remain sane.
Yeah, it definitely was not the funnest,
It's not the vibe, as they
but
did say today.
not the vibe.
Yeah,
Not a vibe.
not a vibe.
No, that took me freaking way too long.
Yeah, so you're good. So just PowerPoint, you're good.
All right.
All
Well,
right, sir.
sweet.
Okay, I will talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.